So far, you've seen how we take creative liberties with some of the footage we've shot during the last 20 years. But our next segment proves the old adage that truth is stranger than fiction. It's the bizarre story of the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we didn't have to make any of it up. All we had to do was let our cameras roll. In fact, when the Bucs were born in 1976, they actually seemed to be rehearsing for one of our Follies films. The birth of the Bucs was sort of like the birth of Rosemary's Baby. The creature was hideous, but you couldn't turn your eyes away from it. The Bucs displayed a monstrous penchant for losing, and over a 3-year span, they made NFL history by dropping 26 consecutive games. While the Bucs supplied the belly laughs, head coach John McKay provided the quips. He prowled and scowled on the sidelines like Don Rickles delivering a monologue to the stage-side tables at a Vegas nightclub.
You can't stop a pass or a run. Otherwise, we're in great shape. Hey, what's wrong with playing Mon in the game? He tackles. Huh? We got all these old pros. Nobody tackles. Gentlemen, are you going to put your big man in, or are you going to stand here? We're trying to get the ball to keep it about a week. How the hell are you going to get him out the back? Well, these guys are almost gutless. And the ones that aren't that are brainless.
We had to scramble out of there quite a lot of sacks.
Well, we didn't block them, but we made up for it by not tackling.
McKay's Bucs resembled a fraternity football team well into their third keg of beer, and their style of play resembled outtakes from Animal House.
What we needed was Newt Rockne, and he was not here. We will attempt to come back next Sunday in Tampa Stadium in front of our own crowd. We've now proven we can't play on the road or in front of our own crowd. So we would like to have a neutral site.
We went through 8 quarterbacks. Every time I looked up, start that guy. We had no audible system because we had the left guard was from Nova Scotia and the right guard was we just picked up from Philadelphia. They barely knew each other's name.
These pushovers in the pumpkin-colored jerseys suffered a lot of early knockouts. But in 1979, a fairy tale transformation occurred. The Pumpkins turned into a fleet of golden coaches and won the NFC Central Division title. The Bucs had gone from worst to first, and they've been strong contenders ever since.
Well, the reason I had a 5-year plan, I had a 5-year contract. See, I'd have had a 6-year plan if I had a 6-year contract or a 3-year plan. And so now everybody says, how can McKay be so intelligent at 5 years? Well, that was the length of the contract. That's how intelligent I am.
While the Bucs eventually wore the look of a winner, the New Orleans Saints have consistently displayed a game face not even a mother could love. These NFL sad sacks took their first baby steps in 1968, and it looked like they would grow up in a hurry when John Gilliam, number 42, took the opening kickoff in their first game and went 94 yards for a touchdown. But while the Saints' opening number was up-tempo, they've been playing the blues ever since. The Saints often seem to be playing every quarter as if they had spent a long night in the French Quarter. And during the first 18 years of their existence, they have never had a winning season. Every year, the Saints have taken a crash course in the school of hard knocks. They're still waiting to graduate. Nearly 500 players have known the dizzying, disorienting experience of being a Saint, and some strange birds have perched in the club locker room.
Well, we picked up a punt returner. We were in bad need of one, and from Oakland, and he came in on a Saturday. It had just been released, and we had a game that night, so they just took him straight to the Superdome, and he didn't really have to learn any plays or anything, so he was going to catch punts that night. And he had a parrot on his shoulder when he came in and started meeting some of the guys. It was a beautiful parrot, and it was a little peculiar, but he's supposed to be a good return man, so what? And I was just noticing, I was wondering what he's going to do with that parrot during the game. And we have nice dressing facilities there and a nice kind of little cubby up in our lockers in the dome. And he just put his parrot up there in the locker. And someone asked him, was it just going to leave it there the whole game? He said, sure, he'll just sit there the whole game. Well, he dropped the first punt, and they never put him back in, so obviously he was going to get the axe. It was a one-night stand in New Orleans. When we went back in the dressing room after the game was over, that parrot was dead in the locker up there, just laid out.
One creature who has survived is Gumbo, the team's mascot. Saints fans are as loyal and trusting as Gumbo. They've maintained high hopes for a team with a flair for low comedy. The Saints may have never had a good team, but they've had some great rosters. Now, I don't mean in talent, but in names. Names like Jubilee Dunbar, D'Artagnan Martin, and Guido Merkins are among those who have played for 8 different head coaches. The first coach was Hall of Fame receiver Tom Fears. Critics said he couldn't even blow his own nose. They were wrong. The New Orleans Saints have gone marching into 18 NFL campaigns, and they've never marched out as a winner. This is truly the ideal team for the city that gave birth to the Blues.